What is the difference between multifamily and single family homes? The answer is actually pretty straightforward. Multifamily homes are multiple units under one roof. So, like a duplex, for example, has two units in it. That is a multifamily property. A single family home is going to house one family. Of course, you could have roommates or do any of that kind of stuff, but for the most part, it's one livable unit. So, the multifamily homes are any property that contain two or more livable units. Pretty straightforward. Single family home, multifamily home. Now, if we're talking about the difference between these two from an investing perspective, let's say you're a real estate investor, which you probably are if you're watching my channel. And if you're watching my channel and you're a real estate investor and you haven't subscribed to it yet, go ahead and hit that little red button down there. I'm actually waiting on you to hit the button down there. Okay, got it. Okay, back to multifamily and single family homes. So now you know the difference. Single family homes are one unit, multifamily homes are two or more units, hence the term multi, which is short for multiple. Now, I do want to clarify that within that multifamily category, there are a lot of specific distinctions depending on the number of units in the property that I do want you to be aware of that I don't want to dive into in this video, but check out the link below. I have a video that explains a lot more of that because if you are an investor, you really need to understand those. But for the purpose of this video, I'm not going to dive into that just yet. But what I am going to dive into is from an investor's perspective, does it matter if you're pursuing single family homes or multifamily homes? Well, it depends on your strategy. What I'm going to tell you is that there are pros and cons to both ways that you can go. So some of these factors that I look at, if I'm looking at single family homes and multifamily homes, what are some of the factors that are different between each one? Cash flow. Oftentimes, multifamily properties are higher in cash flow. Maybe, maybe not. It depends on where the location is, but they're known for more cash flow. The amount of income. It's kind of like owning multiple properties in one, where let's say one unit of your multifamily house goes vacant, you in theory have the income from other units to help carry you through that vacancy period. So that'd be a benefit to multifamily. Whereas single family, if the family moves out, there's nobody left paying you rent. So that could be a little iffier if you have that mortgage payment looming over your head. Things like maintenance, two units under one roof, they have shared walls. So you're kind of getting two units, but with not the full amount of maintenance for two units, if that makes any sense. Expenses, utilities, exit strategy, which you may not be familiar with as a term. What does that mean? Exit strategy is how are you going to get out of a property? So let's say at some point you own either a single family home or a multifamily home and you want to sell it. Well, there's a difference in both of those types of homes of who your options are to sell it to. Like a single family home, you're probably able to sell it to a primary home buyer and they always pay more than investors. Whereas a multifamily, you may be forced to sell it to an investor. So there's a whole list of things that kind of, well, it's a pros and cons list of both of them. So guess what? I'm a PowerPoint nerd. If you don't know this about me already, I love PowerPoint and I made a PowerPoint video that actually breaks down each of these factors and it gives a point to each either single family home or multifamily home as far as which one wins out for each particular factor. My experience and my conclusion, you're going to have to go check out that video to see the breakdown of all of them, but I'll give you the punchline, at least for my opinion. I think it's an even thing. The pros and cons for both, I think, balance each other out. So I don't think there's a right or a wrong to that. So I hope this is a good quick clarification on what a multifamily home versus a single family home is, and a few things for you to start considering as an investor. But like I said, I've linked some videos with way more details below. I just didn't want to bombard you in this one. So make sure you've subscribed to my channel and you've checked out those videos below. And I think you'll do pretty good trying to figure out your own single family versus multifamily investing path.